everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Caption says a black woman has just shot two attorneys outside the Raleigh, North Carolina courthouse in broad daylight. Multiple gunshot wounds reported. One attorney, a woman, is currently in surgery fighting for her life. Please pray we do not have to live like this. And this is her being arrested.
Mama is this? What the f happened, twin? You alright?
If somebody's random,
You alright?
shooting and everything.
Yo, what the f mama is this? What the f happened, twin? You alright?
If somebody's random,
You alright?
shooting and everything.
Yo, what the f
Just after 10:30 a.m., Raleigh Police Chief Rico Boyd, he said that this woman right here, Gwendolyn E. White, got belligerent in a court case today that she was a part of before exiting the courthouse, going to her vehicle, retrieving a firearm, and returning, shooting two attorneys, a male and a female. Police said that the shooting happened in an alley. As you can see right here, cops is all over this alley in downtown Raleigh. Y'all, my heart really breaks for this story. And it really breaks for Miss Gwendolyn because this woman has been fighting for her mom who died while under the care of Wake County APS guardianship at a nursing home. And what she and her mom has been through is horrific and it is heartbreaking. For the last year and a half, Miss Gwendolyn has been fighting for her mom right here, 90-year-old Eileen Abram White. According to Gwendolyn, her mom was severely neglected and abused while under the Wake County APS guardianship at a nursing home. The most serious allegation that Gwendolyn had made was that someone had poured acid into her mother's open bed sores and wounds. Gwendolyn also said that she and her mother was poisoned with arsenic and had faced years of harassment and break-ins by a white neighbor in Roseville, North Carolina, who Gwendolyn says may be possibly connected to the KKK. Ms. Gwendolyn also accused the Roseville, North Carolina Police Department of failing to properly investigate and allegedly protecting those responsible. Miss Eileen was born in 1935 in Grifton, North Carolina. She worked hard for decades at prisons and factories and raised her family and was deeply involved in the church. While Gwendolyn and her mom was living in Roseville, North Carolina, she said that they faced repeated break-ins by people who were connected to the KKK. She also said on top of that, they were being harassed by a white neighbor. She also claimed that the white neighbor had allegedly poisoned her and her mom. Ms. Gwendolyn said that the Roseville Police Department didn't just fail to help, but they also allegedly aided and abetted the neighbor and failed to properly investigate the allegations. Gwendolyn said in 2023, she and her mother had been poisoned with arsenic. She said that test results showed that her mom had 6% of arsenic in her body and that she had 3% of arsenic in her own body. She said that she had connected the poisoning results to the ongoing harassment in Roseville that the Roseville PD had failed to investigate. By late 2024, Miss Eileen was placed under Wake County DHHS Adult Protective Services guardianship. Gwendolyn said at that time, she was fully blocked from advocating for her mom for 8 months. She said that her mom was moved to different facilities, including Oxford Universal Healthcare and Rehab Nursing. Gwendolyn said that her mom had developed over 32 bed sores. She said that her mom was left in urine and feces, starved and dehydrated, and only given basic care when staff knew that Gwendolyn was coming. Since Gwendolyn's mom's death, he has been seeking justice, posted on social media. Look at just look at this. Look how the state of North Carolina allegedly was treating this poor lady. Look at her body. Look at this. In a social media post this morning, Gwendolyn said, back in Wake County Court at 10 a.m., Roseville Police Department stating in open court, the chief ordered the deletion of all evidence in over 11 crimes against my family, double attempted murder, and the pouring of acid on my 90-year-old mother, Eileen Abram White, last year. Y'all, go to Miss Gwendolyn's page and check out her mother's story.
Somebody posted on her page, watching my friend Gwendolyn White end up charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder at the Wake County Courthouse is heartbreaking.
Turn now to our top story here tonight. 2 attorneys are in the hospital after getting shot outside the Wake County Courthouse in downtown Raleigh.
There's a lot of moving pieces unfolding in this investigation. So first, let's start with what we know at this hour. Raleigh police say this woman, 57-year-old Gwendolyn White, was taken into custody. You can see her being escorted by police in that video there on your screen. They say it was over a civil court case that had just played out. And after court, White went to her car, got a gun, approached the attorneys in an alleyway and started shooting. Moments ago, we learned the victims have been identified in court documents and as seen on their firm's website as Mary Harris and Jeffrey Whitley.
We have live team coverage for you tonight. Elena Athens has been on the scene there as the investigation has been unfolding all day. But we begin with John Dowding. John, you're learning some new details about those 2 attorneys who are now hospitalized. What are you learning?
Well, Steve, Lauren, that investigation is continuing here, but right now the alley where all of that chaos broke out earlier today in the heart of downtown Raleigh is back open, and it's coming as the I-team is learning key details about what brought the alleged shooter and those victims to court earlier today. The I-team discovering new details about the woman police say shot 2 attorneys outside a Wake County courthouse. Eyewitness News obtaining this video showing Raleigh police taking the woman they believe is the shooter into custody. Police identified the suspect as Gwendolyn White and say she's facing attempted murder charges. Court documents identify the victims as Mary Harris and Jeffrey Whitley, seen in bios posted on their law firm's website. The I-team learning White attended a hearing at the Wake County Courthouse Friday morning. The case involving a years-long civil claim she brought against the Rolesville Police Department in 2022. White sued the department for body camera video of an incident she says happened in her home. A judge dismissed the case in January 2026. A judge held a hearing at 10 this morning to determine whether to reinstate the case. Raleigh police say White became, quote, belligerent in the courtroom and left the courthouse just before the shooting. The town of Rolesville confirmed the victims represented the town in this civil matter and belonged to the Fox Rothschild law firm. This isn't the only case White has on file. The I-team finding more than a dozen civil actions she filed since 2022, according to the North Carolina courts database. Now, we did reach out to the town of Rolesville for.
So y'all think she was fed up with the system? She believes that there was a cover up with this whole situation. All right, yeah, I ain't showing this on YouTube. I'm not showing that on YouTube. I'm not showing open wounds and stuff like that. It's just too messy. But yeah, sad situation. But anyway, hopefully I mean, listen, you can't just crash out at the end of the day. You're not supposed to crash out. You're supposed to handle it, through the courts. But at some point, she felt as if she's not going to get justice, so she's going to just get even. And for whatever reason, it's still not right. She felt it in her heart. That's what she wanted to do. It wasn't right. Those lawyers maybe they were just doing their job, but they were also causing traumatic stress to a woman based on whatever the case was and what they weren't listening to, and basically defending the city over her family. And she was willing to die or go to jail for it, and she chose go to jail. And that's commitment. What y'all don't understand is that's real commitment. When you got me effed all the way up and I'm willing to go to jail or hell over what I believe, hey, I ain't saying it's right. And it ain't right. It ain't right at all. What she did was wrong. But she felt the need to do it, and she was wrong. So now she got to pay for her consequences. But I know in her heart, she feels like, well, maybe right now, it probably ain't sat in. She probably gonna feel remorseful for what she did, because whatever wrongs was done to her mother she didn't have to take it out on those two, the lawyers. But the lawyers were defending whoever, the state of whoever, which whoever was the lawyers were defending, that's who she felt were keeping this thing out of the her from getting justice. And so she felt the need to do that, which is wrong. And those people did not hurt her grandmother. They hurt her after the fact, but they did not hurt her grandmother. So she actually hurt the wrong people. Now, these people were doing their job to seek, I don't know if they were seeking the truth or hiding the truth. Maybe even if they were hiding the truth and the truth eventually comes out, then, they can be held accountable in a different way. But whatever she did was still wrong, and she's still going to have to face the consequences for that. And that's just a fact. There's nothing more you can say or do about that situation. You know what I mean? That's just what it is.